Welcome to the American AVK Series 45 Gate Valve Overview Module. In this module, you'll get an overview of the Series 45 gate valve, including history, function, standards compliance and testing, construction features, product range, materials, and upcoming features. Many years ago, AmericanAVK produced our Series 25 gray iron valves to comply with the AWWA C509 standard. As we expanded our business in North America, we realized that a stronger iron valve was needed, so AVK introduced the Series 45 gate valve. The AVK Series 45 gate valve is a resilient seated ductile iron gate valve that complies with the AWWA C509 standard. The AWWA C509 standard for resilient seated gate valves covers valves constructed in gray iron or ductile iron. The C509 standard requires that the wall thickness for each valve size meets a certain minimum prescribed requirement. However, the standard does not differentiate between materials. All wall thicknesses must be the same no matter which iron material is used. And as we already know from our Materials 1 training module, ductile iron is stronger than gray iron. And since all valves that conform to the C509 standard have the same wall thickness, it follows that C509 ductile iron valves are much stronger than C509 valves made of gray iron. Eventually, with a couple of exceptions, the gray iron Series 25 gate valves were discontinued from production in favor of the stronger ductile iron Series 45 gate valves. What exactly are gate valves, and what are they used for? Gate valves are one of the most common valves used in water distribution systems and are suitable for both above-ground and underground installation. These valves are typically used for on-off service and are installed in pipelines as isolating valves. Gate valves are often used when minimum pressure loss and a full bore is needed. When fully open, a typical gate valve has no obstruction in the flow path, resulting in a very low pressure loss. This design also makes it possible to use a pipe cleaning pig. The gate valve has to turn multiple times to go from the open to the closed position. This slow operation prevents water hammer. However, if you need a valve to open fast or close quickly in emergency conditions or to control flow, a gate valve is not the best choice, as gate valves are not designed for throttling or controlling the velocity of water flow in a pipeline. There are two types of gate valves, the OS&Y, or outside screw and yoke, and the NRS, or non-rising stem. AmericanAVK makes both OS&Y and NRS gate valves. The Series 45 gate valves range from 2 through 16 inches. However, the AWWA, UL, FM, and NSF standards only cover gate valves 2.5 inches and larger. Although our 2-inch valves are not covered by these standards, AVK still follows these standards when manufacturing all sizes of the Series 45 gate valve. The AVK Series 45 gate valves are in full compliance with the AWWA C509 standard for resilient seated gate valves for water supply service, and with the AWWA C550 standard for protective interior coatings for valves and hydrants. When equipped with a bronze or 304 stainless steel stem, the AVK Series 45 gate valves from 2.5 through 16 inches in NRS and OS&Y configurations are in full compliance with and are listed as approved according to the UL 262 standard for gate valves for fire protection service. As an option, UL also allows this gate valve to be used with a post or wall indicator. When supplied with a bronze or 304 stainless steel stem, the AVK Series 45 gate valves from 2.5 through 14 inches in NRS and OS&Y configurations are approved to the FM 1120-1130 standards for fire service water control valves, OS&Y, and NRS type gate valves. As an option, FM also allows this gate valve to be used with a post or wall indicator. When equipped with a bronze or stainless steel stem, the AVK Series 45 gate valves from 2.5 through 16 inches in NRS and OS&Y configurations are in full compliance with the NSF 61 standard for drinking water system components health effects, and with the NSF 372 standard for drinking water system components lead content. The Series 45 gate valves are rated to a working pressure of 250 psi and are tested according to AWWA C509 standards. They're shell tested to twice the rated working pressure and seat tested at rated working pressure. Although this valve is rated for a working pressure to 250 psi, most waterworks applications operate at 50 to 80 psi. So, in addition to seat testing this valve at the rated working pressure as required by the AWWA standard, AVK performs an additional seat test around 30 psi. AVK performs this additional seat test to ensure that the valve maintains a leak-tight seal even at low pressures. Here's an overview of the process for testing the seat on a gate valve. First, with the gate valve open, the valve is filled with water to eliminate any air. Next, the gate is closed and one side is pressurized to 30 psi and checked for leaks. Then the valve is cycled open and closed and tested to about 30 psi in the opposite direction. The same test is performed again at 250 psi. As we mentioned, AVK performs this test at low pressure and again at rated pressure. This ensures that the valve gate will maintain a leak-tight seal at any pressure up to 250 psi. Finally, the open valve is subjected to a 500 psi shell test. Now let's discuss the construction features of the Series 45 gate valve. The standard coating on the Series 45 wedge is an EPDM synthetic elastomer compound. EPDM stands for ethylene propylene diene monomer. The AVK EPDM rubber compound is approved according to the NSF 61 standard for contact with drinking water. The AVK EPDM is a synthetic rubber compound that's resistant to sunlight, ozone, chlorine, chloramine, rubber set, tearing, and cuts. In addition to being approved according to the NSF 61 standard for contact with drinking water, the EPDM rubber compound does not impart any rubber taste or odor to the water. The optional coating on the Series 45 wedge is an NBR synthetic elastomer compound. NBR stands for nitrile butadiene rubber. It's sometimes referred to as Buna-N or simply as nitrile rubber. NBR is not intended for use in a drinking water system, as it will impart a rubber taste into the water, and it is not NSF 61 approved for long-term contact with drinking water. The AVK NBR rubber compound is resistant to mild acids, petroleum-based oils, greases, and other organic compounds sometimes found in wastewater. It is not resistant to long-term exposure to sunlight or ozone. The bronze wedge nut is locked into a pocket located at the top of the ductile iron core of the wedge. The surrounding ductile iron prevents any deformation of the bronze under heavy compression loads, such as over-torquing the valve in the closed direction. This allows the AVK gate valves to withstand much higher closing torques than are required by the AWWA C509 standard. For example, a 6-inch AVK Series 45 gate valve equipped with a standard stainless steel stem can withstand a closing torque over 1,800 foot-pounds and still be operable, where the AWWA standard only requires that it survive a closing torque of 350 foot-pounds. The bonnet gasket on all AVK gate valves is an O-ring type gasket that wraps around each bonnet bolt. This design not only provides an excellent high-pressure seal against leaks, but also protects each bonnet bolt from the corrosive effects of water from inside or outside the valve. The position of the gasket is maintained under pressure by the bonnet bolts and a groove that is cast into the underside of the bonnet sealing surface. The standard synthetic rubber material for the gasket is NBR to resist permeation from organic compounds in the surrounding soil. However, as an option, an EPDM gasket is also available for special applications. The NBR and EPDM gaskets are resistant to rubber set. In other words, after use, the gasket will return to its original shape and thickness so it can be reused. The standard bolting material for all AVK gate valve bonnets is 304 stainless steel. As an option, 316 stainless steel bolting is also available. The bonnet bolts are a socket head type that require an Allen wrench to install and remove. The head of each bonnet bolt is sunk into a recess that is cast into the top outer edge of the bonnet. After the bolts have been installed and tightened, a hot melt glue is applied over each bolt head to prevent corrosive water from contacting the bolt. The bonnet bolts are threaded into a blind hole that has been drilled and threaded into the top sealing surface of the valve body. The bolts are not secured with nut fasteners through an open flange, but are instead threaded directly into the valve body. This design completely isolates the bonnet bolts from any contact with water from inside or outside the valve. If, many years from now, the valve is taken apart, the bonnet bolts would still look brand new. The Series 45 gate valves range from 2 through 16 inches and are available in NRS or OS&Y configurations. Hand wheels come standard on OS&Y valves and are available for NRS valves as an option. A special mounting flange can be provided as an option, along with a specially machined stem, so that an actuator may be installed onto the NRS or OS&Y Series 45 gate valves. The AVK actuator, mounting flange, and stem comply to the dimensional requirements of the ISO 5210 and the MSS SP 102 standards for actuator installation. Another option is a mounting plate, which may be installed on the top flange of the valve to allow a post indicator to be installed. The Series 45 may also be used with a wall indicator. However, the wall indicator does not require a mounting plate. And all of the internal components of the Series 45, such as the stem, wedge, thrust collars, gland flange, wrench nuts, and hand wheels, are interchangeable with the components from the Series 65 gate valves. Now let's review some of the materials for the Series 45 gate valve. As we discussed earlier, the Series 45 valve bodies and bonnets are made from ductile iron according to the ASTM A536 grade 654512 standard. The gland flange, wrench nut, and wedge core are also made from ductile iron according to the same standard. The standard bolting is 304 stainless steel, with 316 stainless steel bolts available as an option. The Series 45 gate valve is normally fusion bonded epoxy coated in the AVK rust red color. However, it may also be ordered with interior holiday-free coating or interior and exterior holiday-free coating. In addition, it can be ordered in other colors, but note that not all color options are NSF 61 approved. The standard stem is made of 430F stainless steel for potable water applications, but low zinc bronze, 304 stainless steel, and 316 stainless steel stems are available as options. The standard 430F grade stainless steel stem threads are rolled, not cut, to ensure smooth thread edges for smooth valve operation, and a work-hardened surface to resist wear. The 430F material is highly resistant to corrosion in applications where it is exposed to potable water. The optional low zinc bronze stem has a high yield strength and is recommended for applications where the valve may be exposed to unknown chemicals in wastewater or exposed to salt water. The low zinc stem has a very low lead level at 0.25% max, a very low zinc level at 1.5% nominal, and a very low aluminum level at 1.7% nominal. But why is this important? Well, we all know that lead is not desirable in our drinking water. The EPA has mandated that the weighted average lead content in any valve intended for potable water contact be 0.25% or less. The AVK low zinc bronze stem easily meets this requirement. When exposed to water within certain chemistry and temperature ranges, bronze alloys with more than 15% zinc are affected by dezincification. Dezincification is the leaching out of zinc from the bronze alloy. With a zinc level of only 1.5%, dezincification is not an issue with the AVK low zinc bronze stem. Similarly, when exposed to water within certain chemistry and temperature ranges, bronze alloys with more than 8% aluminum are affected by dealumination. Dealumination is the leaching out of aluminum from the bronze alloy. However, with an aluminum level of only 1.7%, dealumination does not occur with the AVK low zinc bronze stem. When equipped with a low zinc bronze stem, the Series 45 gate valves are UL and FM listed and approved for use in fire protection systems. The optional 304 and 316 stainless steel stems offer different properties compared to the 430F and low zinc stems. Stainless steel stems do not contain lead, zinc, or aluminum, so they are superior to the bronze stem in applications with continuous contact with drinking water. The 304 stainless steel stem offers corrosion resistance approximately equal to the standard 430F. However, the 304 material has a lower yield strength. The 316 stainless steel stem offers corrosion resistance that's better than the standard 430F. However, the 316 material also has a lower yield strength. When equipped with a low zinc bronze or 304 stainless steel stem, the Series 45 gate valves are UL and FM listed and approved for use in fire protection systems. AVK is currently modifying the patterns and molds for the Series 45 valves equipped with MJ connections to have anti-rotation lugs on the back side of the MJ flanges. The MJ lugs will help prevent the rotation of the T-bolts as they're being tightened, making it easier to install the AVK MJ-type valves into a pipe system. This feature should become available on the Series 45 valves by late spring or early summer of 2019. AVK is currently modifying the Series 45 patterns and molds to include the optional anode lug. The anode lug is an extra block of ductile iron material cast onto the valve body that can be drilled and threaded to enable the attachment of a grounding wire to help control galvanic corrosion. The hole that is drilled to accept the grounding wire is sized to accept two 10 AWG sized wires simultaneously. The anode lug is offered as a safe alternative to the thermite blocks that are sometimes welded to a valve assembly to provide a place to anchor a grounding wire. This welding process damages the valve coatings, and they're not always properly repaired before the valve is buried. This feature should become available on the Series 45 valves by late spring or early summer of 2019. Now that you've completed this training, let's review the highlights of the module. In this module, you learned that a gate valve is designed for on-off service. It is not designed to be used for flow control. The Series 45 is a resilient seated gate valve, which complies with the AWWA C509 standard. It's available from 2 through 16 inches in the following end connections. The Series 45 gate valves are similar to the Series 65 gate valves in terms of materials and construction features. However, the Series 45 is a better choice if you need a ULFM gate valve larger than 8 inches for use in a fire protection system. The Series 45 valves have thicker body and bonnet castings and thicker flange pipe connections than those made to the C515 standard, such as the Series 65 gate valve. And it is the only AVK gate valve available in 14-inch and 16-inch diameters. This valve is manufactured in our ISO 9001, ISO 14001 certified facility and carries a 10-year warranty. Congratulations! You've completed this module.